Okay, section 9, question 1. Change the subject of the formula to S. The formula is t is equal to 7s plus 4 over 2. Now, a good routine to get started with questions like this is to check, right, I'm looking for the subject of the formula to be s. So really what that means is, in the final event, my final answer should say s equals. So s should be on the left hand side, so a small step to get going to get there is let's swap sides. Instead of t equals 7s plus 4 over 2, let's swap that around. Easy line to get going. 7s plus 4 over 2 is equal to t. At this point, it's just about eliminating things that we don't want from the left hand side, and ultimately we want to finish off with the left hand side just saying s equals. The first thing that I think we can do is to get rid of this divide by 2. Now, how do you get rid of a division by 2? Multiply by 2. So 7s plus 4 is going to be equal to 2t. Now again, it's about isolating things on the left hand side and just to end up with s. Next thing I'm going to get rid of is plus 4. And how do we get rid of plus 4? We're going to take it across and make it minus 4. So that's now going to be 7s is equal to 2t minus 4. I'm then looking to get rid of times 7. 7s is 7 times s. So how do you get rid of times 7? You get rid of that by dividing by 7. And s is equal to 2t minus 4 over 7, and that's the end of the question. Section 9, question 2. P is equal to 2 bracket m minus 4 over 3. Change the subject of the formula to m. So similar to the last question, I'm looking to end up with m equals on the left hand side. Now, a simple step to get going is just to swap sides and get m on the left hand side immediately. So it's going to be 2 bracket m minus 4 over 3 is equal to p. Next move is I can get rid of divide by 3 from this side by multiplying by 3. So it's going to be 2 bracket m minus 4 is equal to 3p. I've then got a multiplication by 2. So I can get rid of multiplication by 2 by dividing through by 2. And that will give me, if I move up here, m minus 4 is equal to 3p over 2. Finally, get rid of minus 4 by bringing it across and making it plus 4. And it's 3p over 2 plus 4, and that is the final answer. Okay, section 9, example 3. I'm looking to change the subject of the formula to m. So again, let's get m on the left hand side to get started with. So I can just make a swap of sides here. And the square root of m over k would be equal to L. Now it's like isolating things to end up with m on the left hand side. So I'm going to get rid of divide k by multiplying through by k. So now I've got the square root of m is equal to lk. So now how do we get rid of the square root? You get square the root, rid of the square root by squaring. So m will be equal to lk. And it's important to say all squared and choose a bracket to show that we're squaring lk. That's the end of the question. Okay, section 9, question 4. A formula used to calculate the flow of water in a pipe is F equals kd squared over 20. Change the subject of the formula to d. So it's a familiar pattern. Let's get d on the left hand side. And we just do that by swapping sides to get going, so it's an easy first step to make. So kd squared over 20 is equal to f. I'm now going to get rid of the divide by 20 by multiplying by 20. So kd squared is equal to f times 20, 20f. I'll then get rid of the k, so it's a k times d squared. How do I get rid of k times? By dividing. So it's going to be d squared is equal to 20f divided by k. I've got d squared, but I'm looking for d. So how do I get rid of a square? I get rid of a square by square rooting. So d is equal to the square root of 20f over k, and that's the final answer to the question. Okay, section 9, question 5. W is equal to bh squared. Change the subject of the formula to h. So I'm changing the subject of the formula to h. So again, w equals bh squared. First step is easy. Get h on the left hand side. I can do that by swapping sides. So that will be b h squared is equal to w. Just whittle things down to end up with h on the left hand side. So I've got b times, so I'll get rid of the b times by dividing by b. So it'll be h squared is equal to w over b. How do I get rid of the square? By square rooting. H is equal to the square root of w over b. That's the final answer to the question.